Good morning and happy Sunday. Welcome to your early morning intuitive guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, here with some words of wisdom to start your day off well. And I'm noticing I have about 5 different things in my mind that I want to make sure I remember to share with you. And yeah, that's never good when there's that much going on up here because it gets a little confusing. So, but the first thing is, shortly after today's video, those of you who are interested in our Unity Cafe online coffee group will be jumping on at 7 a.m. Central Time. Excuse me, tickle. Hang on. And just spending an hour with each other. Good morning, Carolyn. Welcome. You're the first one here today. Glad to have you. So we'll be jumping on, good morning, Abigail, online cafe, or Unity Cafe online. Good morning, Beth. Welcome. And just spending an hour with each other, chatting about whatever comes to mind. We like to go deep. So if you're interested in that, you can send me an email, bonnie@empowermentandpurpose.com, saying yes, and I'll send you the link. Do it soon, because me keeping track of all the moving parts and pieces, yeah. But I'll do my best. And if I miss you for this round, we'll certainly add you on for next month's. But it's just an opportunity to connect and talk as deeply as we want to talk, because we do a whole lot of the how's the weather, how you doing, how the kids, all that stuff. But really the how are you, and wanting to hear the answer, it's great to have a place to be able to do that. So, I wanted to give you all a little, good morning, Gwen, glad you're here, welcome, welcome. I wanted to give you all a little update. Sorry, need some hand lotion. I'm distractible today, apparently. On our session yesterday, my family met with the grief coach. It was, we talked with her for an hour and 20 minutes. And then you're back home. Good. And then you guys settle back in. And then we talked among ourselves for another, 30 minutes. So it was overdue. It was really good. If you feel like your family or you personally could benefit from talking to a grief coach or someone who has walked with someone with memory issues, private message me and I'll send you her information. She was fabulous. So that was good. And then I rattled Diane's cage and said, hey, want to go to the park? So we spent most of the afternoon sitting in the park watching the goslings and the baby ducks and the people fishing. And it was an interesting day at the park because there were a fair number of people there when we got there. Then there was like nobody but us. And then the onslaught happened. Kids everywhere and bikes and strollers and runners and yeah. And then there was a group of young men gathering with their muscle cars, their old cars, in the parking lot. So that was kind of fun too. So, all in all, a worthy day. So, just wanted to give you a little update on how that all went, because, yeah, not easy, but so necessary. So, today, what I'm thinking would be good is let's do a round of tapping just on centering, grounding, being fully present. I may or may not throw words in there, but we'll run through the tapping points and let's just see where we land. And then we have a reading out of Outrageous Openness. So, sides of the hands together. You can do just one hand if you want, by your baby finger, sort of a reset button. I like doing them both. Just tapping. Reset me, Lord. Reset, reset. Inside corner of the eyebrows. Open to receiving. Outside corner of the eyes. Open and curious. Under the eyes. Ready for whatever changes are necessary within me. Under the nose. Right here, right now. under the mouth, fully grounded to Mother Earth. Collarbone, fully connected to the cosmos. Under the arms, like where your bra strap runs across, ready for this message. And around the crown of your head, wake up, brain, wake up, wake up. Be wise, be strong. Nice deep breath in. Let it go. How's that? So, Outrageous Openness, Letting the Divine Take the Lead by Tosha Silver. And for those of you who have the book, and again, not all the books seem to be numbered the same, but for those of you who have the book, in my book it's page 110. It's called Metta Meditation, Joy to the World. Joy to the World. And we could all use a little more joy right now. Really, I don't think there's anything as too much joy. So, this is another one of these chapters that has 2 quotes at the beginning, which always makes me think there's good stuff coming. The first quote is a Buddhist teaching. The root of your problems vanishes when you cherish others. The root of your problems vanishes when you cherish others. And I think that's a huge piece for us whenever we're engaged in something that's, well, like the meeting yesterday, or having hard conversations, or addressing poor behavior, or all of those things. When we can cherish whomever we're dealing with as yet another divine child of God, it can greatly influence how things get addressed. And that's what this particular chapter is about, our influence on the whole. So, the second quote is Om Mani Padme Hum. Mantra of Chenzrig, Buddha of Compassion. So, there are many, many, many versions of Om Mani Padme Hum. Insight Timer has at least 2 because I have them both saved. Find some that work for you. And I'm going to say the same thing about the Metta meditation. Find one that you love. Listen to it often. Create your own. Find a way to make it yours. Sing it. If you don't want to just say the words, sing it, chant. Good morning, Cheryl. Welcome. Glad you're here. But making these practices, the Om Mani Padme Hum or the Metta meditation, part of your day-to-day is so valuable. So valuable. I can't say that too much. So valuable. So, nice deep breath in. Let it go. Good morning, Mel. Glad you're here. Welcome. So, Metta meditation, joy to the world. I love the practice of metta, the simple sending of loving kindness to yourself and others, including those who are difficult. So, just for a moment, let's rub our hands together. Send that energy wherever you want it to go. You might bring it into you. You might have some coming in, some going out. Whatever. Just that conscious choice to send loving energy, loving kindness, wherever you think it needs to go. And again, never fret that it won't go where it needs to go. It absolutely will. If someone is not willing to accept your loving kindness at this moment, it'll go somewhere it can be of most use. So don't worry about it. Send it, send it, send it. And again, view it as coming in you, through you, and out. So it doesn't ever deplete you. It's merely the sending of loving kindness. So Tosha says, I've been planning to write about it for a while. Then yesterday, as I was crossing the Golden Gate Bridge, a bird's egg blue van pulled in front of me, decorated with pictures of the Buddha. A bona fide metamobile. Quite the nudge. And again, the universe has a sense of humor. Those nudges can be like, okay, I get it. I see it. Yes, I'm aware. So, here's practice. To practice, just sit quietly and follow your breath. So you can do this as I'm talking. Then begin to pour peace, love, and forgiveness, first into yourself. So just do that with the breath. Make the next one a little deeper. Peace, love, and kindness pouring into you. And can you see how that's the good kind of an endless loop? Pouring in more kindness, love, understanding, peace, joy into yourself, thus making yourself the ideal hollow reed for pouring that into others. You bless yourself and all you may be inwardly blaming. Let it go, let it go. We are humans, we make mistakes. We learn great things from our mistakes, and we move on. It's a whole field of learning. Then move on to those you love. So now breathe into sending loving kindness to those you love. Seeing that however you want to see that in your mind's eye. You know how when people love something on here, all the little hearts float up? That's a lovely one. All those little hearts floating over to whomever you're intending and just kind of enveloping them in a haze of little hearts. Now I want you to add in people that you have trouble with. It may be people who are just difficult for you to understand. How is he coming from there? I don't get it. Include him in your loving kindness. Being of hate never gets any of us anywhere positive. Be of loving kindness, even to those who seem like they don't deserve it. Everyone, everything deserves loving kindness. Everything deserves loving kindness. So send it. And my friend Flo, who's 83 years young, taught me a trick that I think is just fabulous. And so I'm going to teach all of you, all 8 of you who are on here with me right now, and anybody else who listens to it afterwards. If you're really, really, really struggling with somebody, and you're like, I can't offer loving kindness to so-and-so, ask Spirit to send the loving kindness. God, I can't do this right now, but I'm inviting you, please send loving kindness on my behalf to so-and-so. I can't do it myself right now, but if you could do it for me, I'd greatly appreciate that. We're going to give one extra one to that. Eventually, this loving kindness that you're sending encompasses the whole world. Imagine that. The loving kindness that you're sharing through yourself encompasses the entire world. And now imagine that everyone else who's sending this loving kindness, this metta meditation, it's encompassing the world, including you. So you're the recipient of all this beautiful loving kindness. Kind of dovetails with yesterday's YEMIG message about being willing to receive support and love. Opening up your vessel to receive support and love from others, from the other practical rebels, from whoever else may be sending you love and support. Tosha says, I also use metta in specific ways. Once I was going through some heartbreak in a relationship, so I focused the blessings on all the others in the world who were having that too. You can easily feel yourself psychically linked to everyone having the same travail and send them love. The whole world bursts open. Suddenly, you are no longer a struggling, isolated being. You are one with humanity. As you send your blessings, you become a divine conduit. You are immediately plugged back into God as your abundant source. Capital S. Capital S. And then she's going to share a story, but I want to share a little piece from yesterday that was sad. There was a goose who was obviously, I don't know if she was poisoned or if she was injured in some way. And she was doing her best to hang with the other geese and do her thing, and there was one that was kind of hanging by her, etc. But I sent her loving energy. I sent her loving energy. Sometimes the stuff that happens out there is kind of brutal. Send loving energy. Send loving energy. We have the power to change everything with that loving energy. And sometimes we don't. Thank you for posting that. Yes, 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 yes. Send the loving kindness on your behalf. The divine will do it for you. And just ask. Just ask. You know, I am hating on so-and-so right now. We're human, right? I'm having a hard time sending loving kindness. Please do it on my behalf. Call in your angels and guides. Another thing Flo says is, have your angel talk to their angel. If you can't deal with them directly, have your angel talk to their angel. It's fabulous. Yeah. So here's her story that goes along with this meta. I needed to mail a box. The line for the post office counter was out the door. But even the one to the postage machine was endless. I could feel everyone's agitation rising like black smoke. It was hard not to feel the same way. You know, you get sucked into the energy of whatever room you walk into, if you allow it. Then I remembered Metta. I focused on my breath, and I began sending love to the frustrated part of myself trapped in post office limbo hell. My body relaxed. I grew calm. Then I began blessing the others, pouring love and happiness and fulfillment into everyone in line. A few moments later came an unexpected shift. The line was stalled because some foreign speakers couldn't understand the machine. Suddenly, a translator arrived and the line began moving. People all started chatting and laughing with relief. Now, of course, when you use Metta, there's not always such an immediate or vivid response. Oftentimes, we're sending out energy and we don't get feedback on, did it land? Did they feel better? You know, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Keep sending. Keep sending. It uplifts any situation. If a miracle is meant to happen, it can only help pave the way. So think about that. I'm merely paving the way for a miracle to happen. Gotta love that. More important, you never know how much someone, perhaps the tired-looking, beleaguered stranger standing right beside you, may be in desperate need of precisely what you send. And again, you may not know that. Sometimes you will know that. You know, so I'll share one. One of my clients loved to carry around these little coins that sometimes they send in the letters requesting funding. Little angel gold coins, whatever. They're kind of glued on. Yes, being annoyed with someone only robs you of your joy. Yes, 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 yes. You are absolutely right, Carolyn. So she would carry these little coins around in her pocket, and she'd wait for an opportunity to share one with somebody. So she had gone with a friend of hers to a medical appointment, and then they were going to go somewhere else. I don't know if they were going for lunch or whatever. But she's sitting there, and she's listening to this bitchy nurse at the front desk space, you know, not dealing very nicely with people who are coming in for treatment in that facility. And she's kind of grumbling under her breath. And God, the universe, pops in and says, give her the coin. And she's like, I'm not giving it to her. She's a bitch. Give her the coin. Nope, not going to do it. Because we all have free will. We can choose to fight with this. It's not wise, but we can choose to fight with this. So then so she's sitting there, she's reading her book. Her friend comes out, gets checked out. My friend gets up and goes to walk toward the door, and her feet won't move. The universe is like, I asked you to do something. I want you to follow through. And she's like, fine. She stomps over to the desk and not very ceremoniously says, I have something for you. Drops it in the woman's hand, and the woman tears up. And my friend is like, now what? And the woman said, you have no idea how much I needed this today. My dad's going into assisted living. My mom's not doing well. I have to be here at work. The weight of the world is on my shoulders. Thank you for this. And my friend and her friend walked out and went to wherever they were going to go. And that was a beautiful lesson for her. And then she shared it with me. So a beautiful lesson. Don't buck the guidance. There's reasons for the guidance. And there's reasons why oftentimes people are behaving in gnarly ways. It doesn't come out of nowhere. It's not happening in a vacuum. There's reasons why people are acting the way they're acting. And a beautiful way to influence that positively is send loving kindness. Send the metta energy to them. So I want you to think right now about somebody who could benefit from you sending them that metta energy. And let's rub our hands together. You may pick a really difficult one. Not a bad idea. You may pick someone that it's less difficult. You just don't get them or whatever. Send them the energy. Send them the energy. Love and kindness. Someone else's lower vibration does not need to bring down your vibration. Stay in a high vibration. Stay in joy, like Carolyn said there. Stay in joy. Regardless of what's going on around you. If you feel like the energy's waning a little bit, warm it up again. Sending loving energy and kindness and positivity and hope, flooding, well, whomever you're thinking about. And I like to think about them kind of going like they're recognizing that something's connecting. I just think that's fun. Wonder what that is. Wishing them to receive all that they need to modify whatever negativity is in there. Receive. And then one more. Why don't you bring it home to you? You may want your hands on your heart. You may want one on your heart and one on your abdomen. Whatever works for you. Nice deep breath. And you can sit with this for as many breaths as feels good to you. And then you can go about your day. And anytime you wish, you can energize your hands and do the same thing. You'd be sitting at a stoplight. That's a great place to do metta. Great place. Pass it off to the cars on either side of you. Pass it off on the traffic that's coming your way. Love and kindness, love and kindness, love and kindness. I like sharing it with the water whenever I pass the water. So that is our reading for today. Metta meditation, loving kindness, joy to the world. Have an awesome Sunday, y'all. I'll see some of you shortly on the Zoom. And remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are. Bye-bye.